Hey, what's up guys, Lane from the Demonic Reptiles here. And I figured I'd make a video. I haven't made a video in a while, and I figured I'll show a few snakes, a few reptiles. But I know a lot of people do that anyway. I know that's pretty much why you guys watch my YouTube channels or reptile YouTube channels. But I just want to get into a different topic in this video. Talk about pretty much how to breed ball pythons. I know a lot of people have been asking me this whole season how to breed ball pythons. And I really didn't want to be the person to, explain how I breed ball pythons. Because, again, I'm no expert by any stretch. But I know what I'm doing pretty much. So let's get into it a little bit. It's very simple to breed ball pythons, not that difficult. As long as you have everything set up right, you're feeding them, you're watering them, you're taking care of them, you should be able to breed a ball python successfully. It's not that difficult. Okay, let's just jump right into it. You're going to need a male and a female, of course. That's where any breeding actually works. You want your male to, it's not only about grams and weight, it's also about age. You can get a hatchling about 500 grams in maybe about 3 months. It's very possible, if they thrive really well and they eat consistently, maybe even twice a week, you can definitely get those males to a nice 500 gram range in about 3 to 5 months. Is that healthy? Who knows? I'm no, veterinarian, so to see if it has more body fat or if it's working right, or if it's, not an unhealthy snake because it's fed so much as a baby. I'm sure it's fine. I feed my snakes regularly. I noticed what I have to do with my hatchling ball pythons. I actually have to feed them at least twice a week. I noticed when I feed them once a week, they kind of look really thin towards the end of the week after feeding, and I don't like the way that they look whatsoever like that. So I like to feed my hatchlings at least twice a week. So you really want your males to at least be 6 months to a year in age. I bought an Orange Dream earlier last year at around 300 grams, planning to breed it. I had plenty of time to breed it, to get up the size, and the thing just went off a feed, period. And a lot of times ball pythons will do that, especially as males. Once they hit the breeding size of 500 grams, 700 grams, they'll usually go off the feed or call fasting. They usually will not eat towards this period whatsoever until the breeding season is almost over, or they'll stay off the feed for at least 6 months to a year. I had that occasion here multiple times. At this very moment, I have one snake out of my whole entire collection I haven't eaten in a few months. So that's not bad. I know a lot of people complain about the ball pythons fasting and not eating, and they're bad eaters. Luckily and thankfully, I haven't had that issue in the last 3 to 4 years. My ball pythons eat regularly and are pretty good with feeding, so I'm really happy with that. So you want your males to be a nice plump size, healthy size, and what's really great and could do really good during the breeding season is you don't want to put a male just because it's 500 grams in with a female. If that snake is at 500, if that male is at 500 grams and feeding consistently week after week after week, perfect. That's what you want. You don't want a male that's been off a feed for a few months at around 500 grams, even 600 grams, and you want to put him in with a female, because breeding is a month's period, a few months period. And with all that energy of that snake mating and breeding, it's going to lose a lot of body weight. And they can actually breed themselves to death. They can actually die from breeding way too much and over and over and over. So you really want your snake to be nice and hefty. Like me, I have my banana sterling, which I can't wait to breed. I have tons of females I want to put with him. But he's about 570 grams. I can easily put him with females right now as we speak, be ahead of the game, and wish for the best and hopefully get some clutches even by December. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to wait my turn out, get him up to a nice 600, 700, 800 grams, possibly. He does like live, so that sucks. But, as long as it's a male eating live, I'm happy with that. I'm sure most of you will agree as well. So we're trying to get up the size nice and regularly. We're feeding him twice a week. Just regular mice, not rats. I haven't tried rats with him. I know I could, because rats are usually more protein and a lot more bigger than mice, so I can get weight on him quicker. But I'm not going to stress them out. Sometimes you can stress out a snake when you put a big prey in there, and they will just freak out and just maybe take a month off of feed. I've had that incident a few times with ball pythons. Usually when you put too much of a bigger prey in there, they actually would spaz out and just not want to eat from me. I don't know if any of you guys ever witnessed that, but I know I have. So I'm just going to keep feeding him twice a week, maybe once a week until November-ish, and he should be ready to breed. He should be at least 800 grams. My Orange Dream is about 900 grams, So these are the 2 males I had last year that I was hoping to go last year, but didn't. But no problem, guys. Remember, ball python breeding is consistently year after year after year. So there's no rush. I know most of you guys want to rush because you want those hatches, you want those beautiful babies. And I know some of you out there want that money. I understand, you know. But these are the live animals, guys. These are livestock that can possibly be your A+ breeders down the road. That's going to make beautiful babies for you guys. They can produce beautiful babies to make you beautiful offspring that could consistently be part of your collection and part of your breeding stock for years and years on. So you don't want to just throw males, you know, too young or females too young and have any type of real serious issues. You can hurt the snake, you can kill the snake, you can have the snake prolapse, meaning its genitals will pop out, and that could be really bad, and you might have to bring it to a vet. So guys, remember, there's no rush. The males, you know, give them time, they'll get up the weight. Females, give them time to get up the weight. So males you can usually breed around 6 months to a year. Females are a little different. I know a lot of people say 1,000 grams, 1,200 grams, 1,500 grams. I know I bred snakes, probably females around 1,400 grams. No smaller than that, honestly. On my preference. But you could just feed them. Just constantly feed them. If you guys know the breeding season's upon you, which is you know, I'm on the East Coast, so I usually start pairing in November. I cool down in October. But what I like to do is start feeding heavily, probably twice a week or a nice large meal, in the month of August, September, and October. The reason why I like to give a 3 month of heavy feeding, because if you're just gonna wait until that last month before breeding to have some heavy feeding, they might not want to eat at all. Or if you catch them in shed, you're gonna lose easy 2 weeks of feeding. So you're dealing with a little leaner snakes. You're dealing with snakes that aren't so much ready to go into the breeding season. Because also at this time, you also want to cool down your snakes as well. And cooling down the snakes will also trigger them that it's winter time and they're gonna just not eat. Usually females do that, usually males will do that of course because they think it's breeding season and they would just not eat. And there you go, guys. Yes, females and males will not breed for you, or they will not be big enough or healthy enough to get through the whole breeding season. So you really want, that's the reason why people say 1,500 grams is ideal and anything bigger. But again, guys, like I said with the males, if your females are 1,200 grams and you want to breed them, but they're consistently eating week after week after week, that's also fine, as long as they're constantly eating. If you notice your females or males haven't been eating and they're breeding, you might want to stop them from breeding because it can cause a lot of issues and a lot of problems. You want to make sure your snakes are constantly eating week after week after week. If they stop eating during breeding season, that's fine, as long as they're up to weight, at least 1,500 to 1,700 grams. And guys, I can't stress it enough, age is a big deal. A really, really big deal. Age is a big deal. It's more of a bigger deal and a huge big deal than weight. You really want to get up to age. 18 months ideal for females, and at least 6 months to a year for males. Can't stress that enough, guys. What I usually do is, I'm going to go into steps right now, from day to day to day, to week, to month by month. What I do when I start breeding season, like I just explained, I'll feed heavily in August, heavily in September, and I'll start cooling down and also feeding heavily in October. Usually around this time, my ball pythons all year round set at 92 degrees. What I like to do is switch them to 90 degrees. But at nighttime, drop it down to 83 degrees. What I would do though, throughout the whole month of October, is gradually, week by week, lower the night temperature 2 degrees until I hit the 83 degrees mark. You don't want to just have it at 92 or 90 and throw it to 83 at night. You can stress out your animals, could possibly have a respiratory infection, so you want to be careful with that. I usually start off at 90. Once I hit October 1st, I usually start at 92. Once I hit October 1st, I put it to 90. That Saturday or Sunday, whatever the end of that week is, I will put it to 2 degrees cooler. 2 degrees cooler, 2 degrees cooler. So by November time, it will be at 83 constantly at night and 90 during the day. Now, November 1st, through usually my birthday, which is February 13th, somewhat next to Valentine's Day, I will breed constantly males with females. I like to introduce my males to my females, not my females to my males. As you can see, I have bigger tubs now, so it would be pretty difficult for me to put my females in with my males. My females are actually pretty heavy. So I like to introduce the males. I like to do 4 days a week and 3 days off. If I notice they locked up once, that's fine. If I notice locked up twice, that's fine. After the second time I see them lock up in that week period, that 4-day period, I'm going to take them out. If you see one lock, guys, and once that snake is done locking, you can take him out and give him that rest. That's fine as well. I know a lot of people do it, and it's great. Again, guys, I can't stress enough, through this whole period, this whole time, feed. Feed is the number one thing you want to keep doing constantly. Most times you're just actually spending money or feeding your snakes actually through the breeding season. You really want to get them through that weight. You want them nice and hefty, not too fat, not too sluggish, because males can get slow and sluggish if they're too heavy, and they won't become good breeders. Actually, you might even make your females actually potentially slug out. So you want to try and avoid having too much of a big, hefty male. My ideal male is anything from 800 grams to at least 1,300 grams for a nice male that works really good with your females. Especially if you want to run one male through 2 or multiple females, you want something that can actually, go through the week of pairing with 3 different females. Again, guys, always check out for the spurs and the vent. You want to make sure nothing's happening down there. No blood, no bacteria, no infections. Everything clear, clean. Check their breeding. At this time, you are lowering temperatures, so you want to make sure that nothing's getting sick. Nothing has any type of snot or any type of whistling or any type of sneezing from their nostril or their nose. If it does happen, guys, remember, just raise the temperatures a little higher. Try to make the room even a little higher. Maybe get a space heater. You really want your ambient temperature at least be in the 80s to 85. So you really don't want your ambience anywhere in the 70s if you're lowering it that much. Sometimes your snakes can get away with it. It all depends on your living situation. My snakes are equipped with my living situation. For example, my snakes might not thrive off somebody else's living situation. My snakes thrive off my living situation. So snakes are very weird. They're funny animals, but they do really great what I'm doing, and they work fine for me. I have had no sicknesses, no illnesses, no RIs, nothing. So, knock on wood. Hopefully you guys knock on that wood, because this is a big investment, guys, and these are our lives, these are animals. I know one animal gets sick, I know it hurts. No matter if it's from that $20 corn snake or that $10,000 scaleless or whatever ball python or whatever snake you're dealing with. Everything matters and everything cares and everything costs something when you go to the vet, no matter what price that snake costs. So like I said, usually around my birthday time, February 13th, I will stop breeding completely and wait for eggs. What I usually do, though, is I usually catch my snakes ovulating around January, February anyway, where I don't need to breed anymore. But if you have those other females who haven't laid yet or haven't ovulated yet, please continue. As long as your males are eating and aren't getting stressed out and actually have the body weight to go a couple more months or at least another month, go right ahead. Not going to have a problem whatsoever. I believe I bred till May this year. I have my last clutch. This is the latest clutch I've ever had in my life. It's actually September, which will be cutting my last clutch of ball python eggs. So next year's going to be a lot more fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, guys, breeding ball pythons is very easy and a lot of fun. So many cool combinations out there. So much potential of world first. So there's amazing pets in your collection. Again, guys, when the snakes lay the eggs, usually, let me step back a little bit. Usually, once they go into the ovulation, you'll see a full-blown snake, and trust me, you're not gonna miss it. And if you do miss it, trust me, just count every shed. When you're breeding a snake, count every shed. When you see that snake shed, count 24 to 35 days. And if that happens and you have eggs, you miss the ovulation, that's fine. But when you see an ovulation, you won't miss it at all. When you open up a tub and you see ovulation, that's fine. If you went out with your friends that weekend, or you went out with your, you had work and you were too busy checking the snakes for a couple of days, you can easily miss an ovulation. But most of the time, an ovulation could last anywhere from 24 hours to 72 hours. So you 9 out of 10 times you should catch that ovulation. When the snake lays the eggs, you want to have a nice incubation ratio of 1:1 water and vermiculite. I like to use vermiculite with the egg crate that you get from Home Depot. If anyone's interested in where you get them, they call it light diffusions or light fixtures, something like that. Fairly cheap. Just cut them and make your own. They don't come in that little size. They come in a big sheet where you can make tons of egg boxes, egg dividers or crates for tons of your egg boxes. I use an incubator, which is a refrigerator. I don't make my snakes incubate their eggs naturally. I actually do it from an incubator. Works great. Never had any snakes die or go bad on me. Seems like everything's going good here. Seems like I had the chance to actually make this video because I had some pretty good success that I feel like I want to share with you guys. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, please PM me. Or comment down below, or like, or share, or follow me on Facebook or Instagram. I know I sound like one of those social media crazy people, but the best place to find me, guys. Again, when your snake lays the eggs, usually anywhere from 53 to 60 days, they should hatch. Again, if you guys want to wait for a snake to pip, which means pop their little nose out the egg, you can start cutting your clutch. Please, I don't advise anyone to cut anything less than 53 days. Unless they're really dimpled and they look like they're ready to go, give them some time, guys. They'll be out, no problem. Alright, guys, everybody, have a good one. Oos.